What is going on, all you minties? This is the Uncanny Omar here from Near Mint Condition, and join me today as I take an advanced look at the Amazing Spider-Man Maximum Carnage Epic Collection, the Absolute Carnage Miles Morales Lethal Protectors, and Immortal Hulk and Other Tales from Marvel Comics. So please stay tuned. Alright, now, before we get started, as always, I'd like to thank David Gabriel and the folks at Marvel for sending us advanced copies of these books. All 4 of these books, actually, this January 15th is a big week. We have a lot of omnis. We have a lot of trade paperbacks. So this is just the first few of the trade paperbacks. On Tuesday, I will also be releasing another stack of trade paperbacks coming out on the 15th. So again, all these books will be available on January 15th. So let's take a look. We're going to start with the Absolute Carnage stuff, and then, because I really want to focus on this, and try to do this as quick as possible. Oh, and one more thing. Somebody in the comments wanted me to showcase the spines a little more. So here you go. Of course, the Marvel Epic Collection line, looking like it normally does. And then this is what the Absolute Carnage line looks like. Now, let's take a look at Absolute Carnage Miles Morales. So continuing the Absolute Carnage line, I've already showcased one of these, the Absolute Carnage versus Deadpool, and then Absolute Carnage trade paperbacks. They all have the same kind of border around the covers, which I really think is a nice little touch. I really like that. Each one also has this red background, like so, that showcases the artwork there in the middle. This particular volume is $15.99, so let's take a look at it. One of the things I didn't know about this is that Saladin Ahmed was the main writer of the book. I didn't know that he was also writing the spin-off series. So hopefully, maybe when we get some kind of oversized hardcover collection of the Miles Morales by Saladin Ahmed, and it's just me, thinking that we are, but I'm not sure if we are going to or not. So don't take my word if that's actually a thing coming out. So here we have Miles running into this Absolute Carnage crossover event, and I really like this artwork, this very cartoony Umberto Ramos almost art style, and that is Federico Vincentini. This particular collection collects Absolute Carnage Miles Morales, the 3-issue miniseries, as well as the Weapon Plus one-shot. So let's look at that really quick. Now, this Weapon Plus storyline here is written by Jed McKay, and Stefano Rafael is the artist on here. This is what the artwork looks like. Let's look at the back. I'm sure there's a couple of variants here, so we got a lot more to cover. So we have some variants. These are the connecting variants right there. Another Miles Morales. I like that Black Cat variant. It's a nice one. Lionel Friday says you. This whole event had some really nice variants. And then inside artwork here, without the colors, and of course some of the inks. Then what other books are available? This one here, instead of having like the creators on the front cover, what they have is this little blurb that it says, add this one to the growing list of impressive tie-ins for the event. That's pretty interesting. Most of the time I see reviews like in the back. I don't hardly ever see any on the cover. So this is, maybe one day we'll get a Near Mint Condition one day, right? Maybe. So this one is really cool because this is a lot of different one-shots here. And you have the talents. I like all of these people on the book. Al Ewing, Ed Brisson, and of course, Peter David. So you have Absolute Carnage, Immortal Hulk, Absolute Carnage, Symbiote Spider-Man, Absolute Carnage, Symbiote Vengeance, and then the stinger pages from the Symbiote Spider-Man 2019 series number 3. And then pages from Immortal Hulk number 20. So that's what this collection collects. So it's kind of all over the place, and I guess that's why they couldn't put any other. Otherwise, it would have been way too many creators on the front cover. And you have the talents of Felipe Andrade on illustration, Francesco Mobili, and Juan Frigeri as the illustrators. Let's look at the back here for extras. I'm not showcasing all of the variants, but here are some of them. This one is $15.99. That's the retail price, and also 112 pages long. It's a pretty cool cover. All right, and here we have Lethal Protectors. This one is mainly written by Frank Terry, but Leah Williams does some of this stuff too. Flaviano is the artist on the main part. Now, this collects Carnage, Absolute Carnage, Lethal Protectors, the 3-issue miniseries. It also collects Absolute Carnage Avengers, #1, and then the Stinger pages. Uncanny Omar talked pretty one day. Stinger pages from Invaders, the 2019 series, #7, Avengers, the Jason Aaron run, 22, and Fantastic Four, #11. Oh, and Venom 15. So that is what's collected in here. Let's look at the extras. This one is also 112 pages and retails for $15.99. So it's almost like they've got the price point for that page count to a science. Or maybe I've been doing these videos too long that I've just sound like a broken record, because I've said that page count so many times. Okay, so here are the connecting covers. I love that the miniseries all had variant connecting covers. Whoa! That is awesome. I thought that was Clayton Crane, honestly. That is Mikos Suayan, Belen Ortega, and Sandoval. I wonder what he's drawing these days. Here's some Stinger pages. All in here, and then the Carnage continues. And speaking of Carnage, it's one of my favorite formats that I love to talk about on this channel, and I love to let you all know about it because I noticed that there have been a lot more sales of these books. But here is Amazing Spider-Man Epic Collection. I believe this is volume 25. Maximum Carnage, I believe. What am I talking about? I can just look back here. Yes, 25. Damn, I'm good. Retails for $39.99. I know some of you have been asking me if the new retail price of these books is going to be $44.95 because of that Conan book. But like I said, I see a lot of these coming in at $39.99 retail price. So maybe it's just what I call the Conan price for the Conan Epic Collections. So this is the event from the 90s in Spider-Man. The event that blew up so big that it spawned a video game, which is kind of crazy back then. The video game came out on Super Nintendo. It was multiplayer. It was one of... and the video game, I want to say, was one of the earliest video games that had a limited edition, like a red cart with inside of a big box that had like a t-shirt and things like that. Anyway, not here to talk about the video game, but here to talk about this actual event. For the first time, we have Cletus Kasady gets really smart, not that he's not, but decides instead of doing solo things to team up and have a bunch of villains side with him and just go and take out Spider-Man and all his friends. It is such a fun 90s book. Like, this has been collected, by the way, in the Spider-Man versus Venom omnibus, but not all of this. There's some things in here that have not been collected in there. But man, you have guest stars from here, from the Demo Goblin, the clone of the Spider clone, the 6-arm here from the Infinity War that overstayed his welcome. I always thought. I was never a big fan of them. You have some New Warriors, you have Captain America, and some of these are like playable characters. Cloak and Dagger join Venom, Iron Fist, Deathlock. You have so many guest stars and so much talent. Here is the late Tom Lyle. Man, I love this artwork, and he was such a nice guy in the industry. And I was really sad that he had a stroke last year, and then I don't think he ever really recovered. Was it a brain aneurysm? Anyway, he ended up passing away a couple of months ago. I was really saddened by that because I had met him a couple times, and he was such a kind dude, and just sitting down next to this 12-year-old nerd that just kept talking to him about Spider-Man at a convention. Anyway, Sal Buscema is here. Mark Bagley, of course. A lot of this stuff is written by David Michelini, Tom DeFalco. What is the contents of the book, though? So we have Amazing Spider-Man 378 to 380, Web of Spider-Man 101 to 103, Spider-Man, that's the adjective list title, the one that Todd McFarlane kicked off, 35 through 37, Spectacular Spider-Man 201 to 203, and then Spider-Man Punisher Sabretooth, the designer jeans, and that's the one-shot that came out in 1993, I think? Yeah, this one here. Yeah, jeans like that. Not jeans like Levi, like Button, his Fly, Rob Liefeld, Sabretooth. Where does my brain go? Sorry, I'm working on 3 hours of sleep, getting ready to fly out, so all of this is pre-recorded. So yes, I won't be taking any comment, or I won't be responding to the comments. And then it also has material from the Spider-Man Unlimited 1 and 2. So all of that is in here. 442 pages of glorious 90s crossover. Let's look at the extras here. Covers to the Marvel Age, articles from Marvel Age. That's the original trade paperback, which I did get, and then I upgraded to this. As a matter of fact, I still have that here. Yeah, right there. Huh. Okay, cool. This is back when trade paperbacks were a lot shorter, by the way. So let's do that really quick, just to give you an idea. See what I mean? See how much taller the Epic Collection is? This is what's standard these days, and then this is one of the old trade paperbacks. Bet you didn't know you were going to get a size comparison today, huh? That's how I roll. I also didn't know I was going to be doing a size comparison, but that's how I live my life, unexpectedly. Okay, so in the original trade paperback, in order to match up these splash pages, they condensed this big 2-page spread into 1 page, and so they made these 3 pages originally into 2 pages in the original trade paperback. In this version, it is the way that it was originally printed. And on top of that, they also changed the dialogue too, so they reprinted the dialogue changes back here. Love all these extras in the Epic Collections. There's so much love that goes into these. Now, here's all the trading cards and the wizard covers. I always thought this was Bart Sears when I saw this, and then I saw this last name, Whitman, and I'm like, oh, well, crap, I guess I was wrong. I don't know my artist. It's not until now that I just found out it's Bart Whitman Sears. Like, that was 20-something years ago when this came out, like 1993. Oh, 1993. Oh my gosh. That's almost 30 years ago? I can't sound like 30 years ago, really? Anyway, you can purchase these books from...
This episode is sponsored by cheapgraphicnovels.com, your online home for brand new graphic novels and collected editions up to 50% off the cover price. Cheap Graphic Novels prides itself on packaging your books so they arrive safely and in excellent condition, as well as prompt and helpful service. And check out their bargain bin for even greater deals up to 90% off cover price. And for you Minties, Cheap Graphic Novels is running a special promotion. If you're a first-time customer, let them know you were referred by Near Mint Condition at the checkout, and you'll receive a credit for free shipping on your next order. Now, this is only for U.S. customers. Cheap Graphic Novels, your source for the hottest books with the kind of deep discounts, quality shipping, and customer service that will keep you coming back for more.
So that was the content of each of the books and what the page count was. Please leave those comments down below if you're picking up Absolute Carnage this way, if you're excited about the Epic Collections as much as I am, or if you already have the Spider-Man vs. Venom Omnibus. Again, this was the Uncanny Omar. Please don't forget to hit that like, subscribe button. Remember, I am on vacation, so I won't be replying back to comments, but I still love reading them when I get back. And remember, if it's classy and cool, it must be Near Mint.